All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. Want to run over a quick move that the Dolphins just made yesterday. So I'm coming at you today on Friday. The news came out yesterday about afternoon time that the Dolphins cut Taco Charlton. Now, let's kind of just dive into why they cut Taco Charlton. Now, if you look at him throughout the course of last season for the Dolphins, he played 10 games, acquired 5 sacks, was really inconsistent, even though he was the sacks leader on the team, but very, very inconsistent. A lot of his sacks came in garbage time towards the end of the games. He seemed to disappear a lot of the time. He did have some good plays, but there was a lot of inconsistency. Now, is that reason to cut somebody who was the highest producer of sacks on your team? I don't know. I would really like to know what you guys think down below. It's an interesting thing because if he played all 16 games with the Dolphins last year, he would have gotten around 7.5 sacks, maybe 8 sacks at the highest. That's a rotational guy. I don't necessarily think that that's worth nothing to you. But at the same time, I mean, we don't know how he is in the locker room. He could really be just a cancerous kind of guy in the locker room. Really tough to work with, maybe, tough to coach, and he just doesn't really fit into what Brian Flores and Chris Greer are trying to grow and build on this team. Maybe he doesn't really fit the mold of what they want out of their men on the football field. Even so, somewhere around 7.5 sacks, if it's a full season for him, and maybe it's not, maybe it'll never be if on any team, but if the Dolphins kept him, maybe he never played, a full season and it was always 10. 5-6 sacks, somewhere right around there every season, it's still a decent rotational piece. If you're not paying him too much, I don't necessarily see a huge issue with it. So I understand the move, especially if it's a locker room problem. I don't necessarily have a huge problem with it, especially with all these guys that we brought in free agency and the draft. I mean, we did a lot to focus on the defensive line, and I'm really, really happy with that, especially with all the versatility that we're going to have. We have guys like Emmanuel Ogbah, Shaq Lawson. We've got Kyle Van Noy. These guys are all pretty interchangeable. They can play inside and outside in a 3-4 scheme. They can, be 3-4 ends. They can be edge. They can move around a little bit. And Taco just doesn't have that versatility, in my opinion. And he's less talented than most of those guys too. And I think even when you're talking about drafting a guy like Curtis Weaver, I think that's, a pretty seamless replacement for Taco Charlton, because Taco's more of a pure edge rusher. I don't think he moves inside very much. He's not good if he moves inside. And same with Curtis Weaver. I think he's going to be primarily an edge. I don't know if he'll start, but he's certainly about the level of Taco Charlton, in my opinion, right out of the gate. So in drafting a guy like him, especially later in the draft, you address that need, and therefore Taco becomes expendable. With the depth that we've grown on the defensive line, especially at the edge position, he becomes a very expendable player. Now, we'll see in the future if it was a right move, if they come to regret it or not. I really don't see much of an impact. I don't necessarily care that they cut him. It doesn't really matter. He wasn't that big of a deal. To be the sacks leader on one of the worst defenses in the league, yes, so what? Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. You didn't accomplish anything special. So, and that's at 5. So, if you're sacking the quarterback 5 times in a season and that leads the team, that doesn't mean that you're a good edge rusher. In fact, it probably means that you're a pretty bad one. So, it is what it is. Taco's off the team. I think a lot of questions, I would definitely anticipate a lot of questions from Dolphins fans coming up about why is Charles Harris still on the team? If you're going to cut Taco, why don't you kick Charles Harris to the curb? Like, is he really worth anything to you? Because a half a sack last season, he's useless at that point. He had a good preseason and, was non-existent during the regular season, and that's how he's been since we've drafted him. So I don't know. I'll look into the contracts for you guys and see. Maybe there's some guarantees that, you may as well just keep Charles Harris on the team. If you're going to pay him, you may as well keep him on the team. That definitely could be the situation, but I'm not sure. So let me know what you guys think down below of us cutting Taco, keeping Charles Harris. and then some other moves that we might make in the future regarding the edge position. So let me know what you think down below for sure. I will give you any updates if I've got them. And then for future videos, I also want to let you guys know I'll probably be going over a cuts list, who I think the Dolphins need to let go. I'll take a look at the contracts and everything and see, you know, can we save some extra money here? There are a handful of positions that are really, really deep for this Dolphins team where I think we could, you know, slim it down a little bit, kind of cut the fat off the ends. So I will let you guys know. I'll probably be putting that video out in a handful of days here. So relatively soon, within a week, definitely. So be releasing that video for you guys, some cuts that I think we should make. And then I've got some other ideas up my sleeve that I'll keep close to the vest now, but I'm really excited to put out some videos soon for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think down below. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe and grow the channel, and then hit that bell too so that you know when I'm putting out videos in the future. So thanks a ton for watching, guys. Enjoy your day. Have a good weekend. And as always, fins up.